We got some decent retention on the last tattoo commentary video, so today we're going to go over a super talked about style in the industry, which is tattooing blackouts. So let's get into this video that Inked Mag made on their YouTube channel. Check it out. I'll give you my opinion, you can give me yours. Okay, really quick, if you don't know what blackout tattoo, it's just self-explanatory. It's just blacking out your old bad tattoos, or some people do it and they don't have bad tattoos, which blows my mind. That was always your last resort for having a bad tattoo, or if you were in a gang or something and you had their, gang name or logo on you and it's sacred to them and you positively left the gang, one of the rules were get that shit blacked out. So back in the day, that was really the only times people would black out their tattoos, and now it's so popular you see like Machine Gun Kelly got his whole body pretty much.
I always like tattoos, and I kind of just hooked up with one of my friend's brothers. He was a tattooer, and I just like gravitated towards him and was up his ass every 2 seconds trying to tattoo, and whenever he wasn't looking, I'd use his stuff and tattoo myself, tattoo my friends, and that was it.
Okay, so he's a tattooer, and now he does blackouts.
Tattoos I did were like lip tattoos, head tattoos, and tribal. And I loved the tribal. It seemed like a great way to start, and throughout my career, like I've gone through all different phases, and I was always doing black. That's what people want. Like, I guess like all my styles have developed through all my clients.
Okay, I'm not trying to hate on the guy, because obviously he's got a rad YouTube video with the biggest tattoo magazine in the world. But if you gravitated towards tribal was really only popular for 10 so years, the tribal that he's talking about. And it's kind of because you really couldn't do much else. And I can kind of already see how he's tattooing, that maybe he wasn't really the artist type and he was just more like, oh, I'm just going to tattoo type, which is fine. That's how the older generation was.
I kind of just did what they want. I was just like...
I'm curious to see how his black looks healed, because it's difficult.
Well, the tattoo I'm going to do today, I'm covering up a traditional sleeve. I'd say 75, maybe even 90% is all cover up. It's people who are just sick of either the person who did it or sick of the tattoo or something. And it's weird because they come in and I'm like, man, you're gonna cover that? It's like, it's awesome.
Sure.
It's great.
Sure. I genuinely, I would rather have bad tattoos on my body than solid black any day. I don't really like the look of it. I think it's too much. Honestly, it's going to be a trend that comes and goes. And unfortunately, with solid black like that, there's no undoing that. Like, you want to start your laser process on that, say goodbye to the next 20 years of your life going in once a month, once every 2 months, trying to get that off. Like, at least if you have like a trendy tattoo style, like even if it's tribal, when tribal was popular, or like a tramp stamp for a girl, at least like now, 20 years ago, it's not, or 20 years later, it's not super popular. At least it's coverable. There's no covering black with anything.
Please, don't try and talk me out of this. I want it. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, fair. You guys gotta let me know. If you think it looks good, let me know. Maybe I'm just a little bit more old school generation. I'm getting old now. I'm almost 30, so maybe that's just me, but let me know if you guys like it.
Probably like one blackout a year through my whole career. For like the last 25 something years, it's just been black once a month, and then, Instagram kind of like set it off one day. I came up with like this pseudo-traditional, acid-traditional style, and then here and there I do blackouts, and one day I was like, I'm gonna post this, probably won't do good, but who knows, and then I posted it. Next thing I know, I got 400 people asking me for them. And, I don't turn down anything, like I'm here to tattoo, at your service. And, I tattooed them, posted it, and then I got like another 5, and it slowly just took over my book. So I guess for like the last 3 years, that's all I've been doing. And I kind of like it. I like the way it looks. Like I said, it's sharp. It looks like I don't know.
I think you'd get bored out of your mind, but I think it's good money because if you know how to pack black good, you can do it quick. And if you're doing that much work, you're charging that much money for it. So I don't know if maybe he enjoys it. I'm sure there are some people that enjoy it, but I would assume that's like with the patterns that go along with it.
Like apocalyptic
Packing
stuff.
black is just,
like
you have to go so slow, the same pace the whole way up, or else the saturation doesn't look good.
The rest of your life
I'd be
will
bored.
Different. It seems like every person nowadays has something to say, and with the blackout, I mean, people, you know, no matter who you walk by, no matter where you go, people are gonna be up in your business. They're gonna be touching you, talking to you. You're gonna get really good at reading lips from across the room. You know, people are, you know, gonna have to tell you whether they like it or they don't, or you're stupid or you're not, and so you're gonna have to deal with like that.
Very fair.
Because it happens. You know?
And it looks wild,
like,
seeing
taboo, I guess, still. And who would have thought that, you know, tattooing would still be taboo, but I guess when you do like heavy blackouts on yourself, people are gonna like have to say something.
Yeah, it is taboo. It looks crazy. Definitely. When you see a super pasty, pale white girl, her face is white because she hasn't seen the sun ever, and then she's got 2 solid black arms. Fuck yeah, that looks taboo. You know, I don't know, and if anyone knows, let me know below. I mean, I just don't know if there's gonna be a step further. Like, I can't really think of like pushing tattooing further to make yourself look so much scarier. Like, you had the face tattoo era when all the rappers and all the kids were trying to get their face tattooed. Now we have this blackout era, which is, I just don't know what's gonna push it that much more, you know?
It's like plastic surgery, like it's way different.
It is like plastic surgery.
The blackouts, it's extreme, really. You know what I mean? Everyone has something to say. That's the thing, you know?
Look at what I'm doing. I got something to say.
It goes viral, you know? I might one day have like 100 comments and it's all little symbols. People throwing up. And it's like, why? And I'm just like, I love this.
Yeah, like I said, guys,
Usually
I don't
when
get
I
it.
see a blackout that's done, I can tell right away what they did wrong. I can tell what size needle they used. I can tell everything. You know, like the ink. I can tell how old it is, which way they went with it. I can see like a pattern. You know, you can see like lines, stripe, and most blackouts
that looks good.
Aren't that good. You know, I get a lot of people, you know, trying to come to me to like refix their.
That's true. That's true. Saturating that much black is difficult. It is hard. You can see any little imperfection in the black, but if this is all you're doing for 3 years, you better be good at it, man. So it's like I don't know if that's necessarily something to like talk down on to other people if they have an artist they like and they're like, hey, you could pack black, right? You know, and of course there's going to be imperfections. Just like if this guy tried to do what I do every day, I'm going to be like, hey, there's imperfections, bro. I can see what you did wrong, you know? You're not, you know, I don't know. That's a little like...
that are really tricky are botch blackouts. Really impossible for me to ever make them look normal again. There's going to be all different tones of black in there. Also, full saturation colored sleeves that are newer than 5 years old, where a lot of the pigments have been mixed with white. I have a really hard time with those. They take a lot longer. They're way harder to do. The ink does not like to go into baby blue, yellow.
That's because it's scarred. That's because it's scarred. When you do so much work, look at this guy's barely holding it. He's just pushing that needle in there. Like, if he does just a little bit more, that's scarring the skin and then trying to tattoo over. I did it today. I did a cover up today on my house call client, and he's got tattoos from 20 years ago almost. 15 years ago. All blown out, all scars. We're trying to pack black over it, and it's rough, you know? It's very rough. I can't believe this girl's sitting through that. That's gnarly.
Or darker, it might turn a little green looking. You know, it's never going to be as black as when the photo is taken. It just looks so black. And it might be more gray, green, blue. It all comes down to the person's, I guess, skin complexion, the skin tone. So the paler you are, it's going to be black, like really black.
It comes down to the skin, but also different inks. Back in the early 2000s and late 90s, every black ink that people used after years, it looked green. Now our inks after years look more bluish, so it's an ink tone too. Depends on what ink you use.
when I have people heal blackouts, I mean, they take a few months to fully heal, but they look healed in like 5 days. You probably peel on like the 4th day for a good 48 hours, and then you're good. Yeah, I don't really have any problems with people like having to lose their arm or, you know,
that's gnarly.
Scabs and pus. Like I don't ever get that.
That's gnarly. I mean, I kind of doubt that.
And I guess that comes down to technique. It's been a while since I've seen.
I get that, bro, and like you're probably really good at packing black, but like I said, dude, give any tattooer a setup coil machine, knowing the proper needle to use, and do it every day for 3 years, and any tattooer is going to be able to do it. Packing black's one of the first things we learn how to do in tattooing.
That I've done 10 years ago.
I don't know about the ego thing, bro.
But I guarantee you, because of the ink I use, I've been using it like most of my career, that it's gonna look good. Like when it heals, like it's not gonna dissipate.
And I would put all the money I have to my name that he uses dynamic triple black.
You know, like you're not gonna start getting patches.
Nope, he uses Pantera. I take that back. That's actually the ink I use right there. Pantera triple black. Wow. Okay.
My oldest one
I
still see is probably around 2014.
That's crazy, because that's no one uses that ink, and I use that ink, and I don't see anyone else ever use that ink.
And it looks perfect still. Like there's nothing leaving it. I think longevity, they're gonna look good forever. I think they look better with age, you know. Personally, like when I first do them, they look great. You know, they're photogenic, but I like when they're like old and worn, and then it looks really nice, especially if it's done right. And
yeah,
that's how these are gonna be.
Ooh, that looks
stand the test
tender.
of time.
I just, you know, and this makes me sound like my grandparents did when my cousin and I were 16. I would just rather have something that at least looks or could qualify as like art on my body, you know, unless it was super like insulting or super I'm spacing on the word, but just not a good look on your body. I think I'd rather have any form of art on me rather than just solid black, because like what is this black gonna look like when you're older? But I guess that's what my grandparents told me, you know. Maybe I'm just getting old. I just couldn't do that. That's so rough on someone. But that if he did this left side, like fair play to him, man. That looks, I don't know if they're using a proper like lens filter and stuff, but that looks good. I give him that. That looks really good. Wow. That looks really good. They probably found the best guy to do it. Crazy. Crazy. Blackout tattooing, guys. Like MGK has it now. And I could see MGK getting it, because MGK's just kind of followed these funky trends lately, but crazy. I would not be stoked if I dated a girl and she had 2 solid black arms. I don't think. Maybe I wouldn't mind. I don't know. I really don't know, but, you know, to each their own, right? But anyways, guys, I hope you like that. We're going to definitely watch some more, like, inked videos, because I feel like they have some good ones on here. If there's anything you guys are interested in about tattooing or whatever, please leave a comment down below. If you can, subscribe. That means the world to me. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time.